Welcome to another episode of the Pain and the Purpose podcast. I'm your host, DB.
And I'm your co-host, Fee.
And today we're just going to talk about some stuff that we turn our pain into purpose. What you want to talk about today?
How about we talk about love after the wounds?
Talk to me. Tell me about it.
Well, okay. So you know how in our first episode, I was talking about, being single and celibate for 3 years.
Okay.
Right?
I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah. And I'm still single and celibate. However, I am still receptive of receiving love after the wounds.
Okay.
Right? Being single and celibate has taught me a lot about myself.
No, let's go back. What turned you single and celibate?
Okay, good question.
Like, what made it? Nah, we just can't. We can't. You want to talk about it? We're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
What turned you single and celibate though? Like, what was these dudes out here doing? Let's talk about it.
So, so I'm not trying to throw anybody under the
No
bus.
names, no faces,
Okay.
no cases.
But so I can't. You know what? Okay, I don't want to say it was them, right? Because ultimately, I would say it was me, and I say that because those versions of me, right, was acceptive of things that I would not accept now.
Okay.
The healed version or the healing version of me. And so being able to recognize that and acknowledge it out loud. So, okay, prime example. I like a man that can cook.
Okay.
Okay. I also like a man that is willing to serve me after he cooks, because that's
Tell me more.
that's what I do. That's what I would do for my man.
So now, is this a normal occurrence, or is it a daily thing? Like,
no, it doesn't have to.
Or is it special occasions? Like, what are we talking about?
It doesn't have to be a daily thing.
Or just so you're looking for a man to reciprocate.
Yes.
On a regular basis.
On a consistent basis.
It
doesn't have to be on an everyday.
And so what I mean by regular is, it's not like, don't expect you to cook 365 days a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So okay.
Yeah.
So what about if he purchased the food?
No. I mean, that's fine too. You mean purchase the food, like go to the grocery store?
No. I'm talking about like calling like Chef Doja or something and having.
I mean, that's beautiful, yes.
And then he plate the food and bring it to you.
That's fine. That's cool every once in a while, but I'm talking about what I desire.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm trying to make it plain for the fellas that's watching this video. what is and what is not acceptable. So it's acceptable to call a chef every now and again and get you some food and plate it and bring it to you, but every now and again you want somebody to cook you. You want to walk out the room and see a man
and smell the food, smell the aromas.
Talk to him then.
You know what I'm saying? See my man in the kitchen, because when you're cooking, you're putting your heart into it. You putting love into it. Like when Tammy cooks for you, she putting her love into that. She want to make sure that her man is fed, that is nutritious, is flavorful, it's hot, all of the above. So
I get it.
I want the same thing. I desire that.
I'm a purchaser though. Like,
okay, that's cool.
I
But see, that's an
Yeah.
understanding that you and Tammy have,
yeah,
right? And because those things are already understood, they don't have to be explained.
exactly.
Okay. So I'm just saying one of my desires is to have a man that does not mind cooking for me. Now, in the past, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Okay. Or let me say, I didn't get it on a consistent basis. It was maybe, a once or twice a year thing.
Your birthday and Valentine's
Right.
Day.
You know what I mean? Something, and it's like, yeah, no, that's not, especially if you're expecting it from me on a regular basis. However, these are things that were not specified in the beginning of the relationship, and I have to take responsibility for that, and then also, when it's new and you trying to show your man that you can get down in the kitchen, you're going to do it more consistently, or I did it more consistently. I'm guilty of that, and so maybe I wasn't vocal enough in the beginning and say, hey babe, I'd love to.
So I think that's something. I think that's something that could be discussed, like within the first 6 months, like when y'all getting to know each other,
Right.
Getting to know each other phase. I tell everybody, like, it's a learning curve.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you also, but does that disqualify him if he can't cook? What if he just can't cook? Like, what if he? Because a lot of men are not raised to cook. Like a lot of us, especially when we grew up in the streets. It's a lot of McDonald's. It's a lot of Burger King. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know you're not eating that stuff now at this phase in your life.
No,
but
I'm not.
What if he tries to cook for you and then you bite into it and?
Well, see, that's why those types of conversations are supposed to be had, and those types of conversations are supposed to be had in the beginning, so you know that this person can or can't.
Okay.
Right. So for me, that's a no-go.
That he can't cook, that's a no-go?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It just,
So, and here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is entitled to their non-negotiables. It sounds like it's a non-negotiable, and
Absolutely.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not even a but. It's just understanding that minimizes the chances even slimmer.
Right? Oh, that's fine.
I know.
Oh, I'm totally just, okay.
Oh, hey, and long
like,
as you're okay with
like
it.
I said, 3 years in. Okay.
3 years single
clearly
celibate.
I don't have any problem. I love me. I love me. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't have any problem with that. And so moving forward though, the wounds, it takes a while for those to heal, and so I'm not rushing to get back into a situation that does not serve me on every level, mind, body, spirit. Okay. It's not even the finances, that's a totally different thing. Yeah,
that's something y'all could build together.
Exactly. But I need to be able to be stimulated mentally and emotionally first.
And that's not unreasonable.
No, it's not. And so, there are certain things that I'm just not going to accept anymore. There are boundaries that I've put in place. There are, for myself, not even saying for, another man per se to be allowed into my space, but there's boundaries that I've set for myself. And I have to honor those.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, getting back on the dating scene, I'm just not rushing to get back into it. However, I'm not closed to receive love. And so my thing is I'm just allowing nature to take its course, right? I'm allowing the divine to to reveal to me my next and my only my next and my last. partner, because hopefully, God willing, my next partner will be my life partner.
And I can see that. You deserve that. I can see that.
Thank you. I mean, I feel like it's just, I don't know. I just, with social media, with, society's expectations on, how a woman is supposed to treat her man and all of that stuff, I feel like it's cliche.
Very cliche. I don't really, and you've been dealing with me for a long time now.
Yeah.
I don't really rock with the cliche.
No.
Like people be like that happy wife, happy life. Nah, happy spouse, happy house.
Period. On
You know,
both.
yeah. And
Yes.
so we just had
Yeah.
that conversation at a recent outing. It was a couple of couples, and then and the women started yelling at happy wife, happy life. I was like, Tammy. She's like, man, this happy house, happy spouse. And they looked at her like she was crazy. And I was like, y'all crazy if y'all think that y'all don't have to reciprocate that for y'all man. Like this man got to go out and fight all these battles in the world and then come home and fight one with you too?
No.
Absolutely not. So I get it when it comes to boundaries and what you're searching for. I 100% understand it. The wounds that were created by another human, right, that you had to heal from, gave you the experience that gave you the wisdom and the experience that you have now to know what you want.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But look how long it took though. Like I just turned 44 this year. Okay. Whole nother baby during the pandemic. And
you got to take that into account too, though.
What?
That you had a whole nother baby. So it was somebody there, you occupying that space. You know what I'm saying? So when you got somebody there occupying the space, you can't say that you're almost 44 because, like, the life experiences, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying that from the aspect of, or the standpoint of, don't beat yourself up because you're 44. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I hear you.
because I also talk to people and they beat themselves up, but I'm like, well, you can't say that because you were gaining experience during this time. So you can't beat yourself up for gaining the experience for you to even know what you want or don't want. If you didn't go through what you went through, you would never know that that's not what you want.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I was married to my first wife. And now I know exactly what I don't want. And I know what I wanted. And I know what I do want. And I know what I got now. And I know what I'm not messing up. So, but I only learned all these things through my personal experience.
Trial and error.
And I got a lot of trial and error, right? So it's more errors than trials, though, right? So when we say love after the wound, it is really, right, understanding that some things we had to grow through, right? Because we had to experience it and then be like, I don't want that. And it was some things that we did in our past that we don't want to do no more. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So also, I ask you this question. Are you open to the possibility of the person not coming 100% how you think they are and helping them grow into the person that you need them to be?
Yeah. No, I'm totally open for that. Like I'm not. So first of all, I'm not perfect. Okay, there's
Okay.
like so I'm not coming. I'm not stepping on the scene like I'm just like I mean, first of all, I know what I bring to the table. I bring the table. Okay.
You bring a table.
I bring the table.
A table.
I bring the table.
Okay.
To whatever situation that I am entering into.
Okay.
So I bring the table, my table.
That's why I said a table. Because he might bring his table.
Right, but I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
So I have to speak on what I'm bringing to the situation. So I bring the table and I'm willing to stand on that, knowing that, meaning that I know that I can take care of my man. I know that I can satisfy him on every level. Okay. No, I'm not perfect. I have flaws. We are flawed. However, my growth, my experiences have shaped me into a more conscious partner. And I'm willing to bet that any person that comes in contact, any man that comes in contact with me would feel that. They'll feel my energy. They'll feel the genuine love. They would feel the genuine concern. They would feel the genuine support.
Okay. And I'm just asking you to consider.
Okay.
You have a table, right? Because I'll just use me and Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy had a table,
Okay.
and then I had a table,
All right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we both came with our own everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tammy lived in San Francisco. She lived on her own. She got a great job. I got a great job. Like we came ready to be in a relationship. And what we had to do was discard our tables, take some items off each table, build another table together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said you coming with a table, because the table that you coming with is not going to be the table that y'all sit down at. Because if you say I'm bringing the table, that means he's going to feel like he has to conform to you. And if I say I'm bringing the table, then you feel like you have to conform to him. But if y'all both come with a table and say, okay, I'm going to take the salt and pepper shaker off this table, and I'm going to take the napkin holder off this table, and let's build a table together, it's a more cohesive thing, right? And so that table is built in the first, what I like to call the learning curve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you come fixated on what you bring in, right? Although that's helpful, you have to be willing to be malleable or to adjust, because you may be bringing some stuff that he don't necessarily like. Yeah, you built it up and this is you, but if you tweak it a little bit and he tweaks some of him, right? Y'all can build a table together. Like everybody always asks me, I cheated my whole life. And then I meet Tammy, then I don't cheat. And people ask, like, so what did she do so different? One, she allowed me to be me on all fronts, right?
Mm-hmm.
On all fronts. And I always respect our relationship. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she came with her own table. She was totally content. She knew what she wanted, everything. I knew what I wanted. And she will agree that the idea that we came to the table with and the things that we thought is not what we have now. But what we have now was the most beautiful thing ever.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just be open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That yes, you have a table, but he's going to come with a table. And every time I say you got a table, the look you give me is like, no, I'm bringing the table. But I'm telling you, Fee.
So I don't know. Okay. When I say the table, I'm talking about my table.
Yes.
So
which is a table, because he's going to bring B table.
Okay. Yes.
So when you say you bring the table, that means that you're going to control.
No, that's not what I mean.
Yeah, but
that's what it sounds like.
But that's what it sounds like when you
Okay.
said I'm bringing the table. You almost like I'm the shit, and you know what I mean. And although in aspects that's true, even I have to change. You know what I mean, to conform to some things, and the average person gonna think that they the complete package, but your complete package is missing some parts and pieces, and the other person got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody get a different version of you.
Yeah.
So what one person get, other person not gonna get. So some people might come and sit at your table and only use the salt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then some gonna actually put some garlic pepper or some garlic butter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just be open to I have a table that you can come sit at for right now. And during this this getting to know each other phase, and then I might decide that you can't sit with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But once we decide that we're gonna sit together, let me see what's on your table. Let me see what's at your table. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a different way to look at it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes, most definitely.
so I'm just saying that when you say I'm bringing the table, it could sound like a person got to conform to you in order to be with you. And that's not necessarily how a relationship is going to grow and blossom, because a relationship is all about conforming to each other, giving each other. And I don't even believe in the 50-50. Got to give each other 100-100.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't do the cliche statements. I try to break all cliches. I'm not doing a happy wife, happy life. I'm doing a happy house, happy spouse. 100. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how good I think I am, I still got room to grow.
Right. Touche.
And I probably do something tomorrow that irritate Tammy, and she's going to tell me about it, and then I'm going to fix it, right?
Yes.
And she's going to do something that irritates me, and she's going to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's a continual thing that we do. And when you find somebody, do a weekly check-in. Where we at right now? From 1 to 10, where we at? We at an 8. Why? What did I do? What didn't I do? What, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's part of the secret sauce is a weekly check-in. If not weekly, bi-weekly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so me and Tammy, I just told her the other day, every third Friday of the month, schedule me on the calendar. And we just gonna clear because I'm busy too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's busy. So every third Friday from here on out, every third Friday of the month, we gonna clear the calendar for each other. And if we don't do nothing but sit, I'm not getting on the computer. So let me take that back. I'm gonna do my 3 posts. I'm gonna do my morning post, my lunch post, my evening post. But that's 5-10 minutes. Do the post, get off. But as far as my working on the computer, editing videos and doing all that, it's none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just that's the time for you guys to
That's
just invest in y'all.
yeah. So
Yes.
come up with things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, when that time comes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
exactly when that time comes. But since we talking about relationships, I'm gonna give you a little game about what we do.
Yeah.
To
And I receive that.
and not only you, the listener.
Yeah.
Because like I just showed you, I post something, I get 200 likes. I post Tammy, she get 1,500 likes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So people actually want to know
what's going
on.
Some people just being nosy, but yeah.
But it's a reason why she's still smiling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
well, yeah, no, I definitely receive all of that, and I'm not closed to growing with my partner when that time comes. I mean, hopefully there won't be a whole lot of um,
it's going to be a lot.
no, I'm saying, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that just yet. All I can do is continue to work on me and grow internally so that when that time comes, there won't be a whole lot of growing that I need to do individually. Now, growing with my partner, trying to get to know his ins and outs and his background and, his likes, his dislikes, things like that, that's going to come with time. Um, but I'm willing to it's just certain things I'm willing to accept, and then there's certain things I'm just not.
And
So
that's perfectly fine. The non-negotiables are perfectly fine.
yeah, I guess I've been through enough hurt to where I'm just not like the first sign of
I don't know if I agree with the first sign. So here's my take. Learning curve, they get one mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know you. I've done some shit, and Tammy like, hey, nigga, don't do that. And she don't really talk like that.
But
So
if she talking like that, you must have really did something.
Full of them. Don't do that again. That make me feel like this. I don't like it. Oh, my bad, But it's something that I've been doing for 30 something years. Oh, it don't work with you. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's a lot of those in the beginning, right? So learning curve in a relationship means that a person do something, you like, hey, I don't know where you learned that at, but that don't fly. Cause you're gonna do some stuff. And you expect somebody, you don't want nobody to cut you off because you did something unless it's just blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, a lot of stuff don't be blatantly disrespectful. It just be a person's character, or what a person. It ain't even a character. It's something that they've been doing. And like I tell my other female friends, he did it because it worked before. Everybody only doing something because it worked before. The things you do now, you only doing it because it worked before. If you did something and it didn't work, you're not going to do it. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So look at them as only you can. Like squint your nose up like that and be like, that ain't going to fly. Not here. And this is why. And either they're going to respect it or not respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, not you, but I think a lot of women miss out on good men with the one and done. Had Tammy did the one and done, we wouldn't be here, and she would have missed out on an amazing life. Not to say that you know what I mean, but
I mean, you pat yourself on the back. I mean,
But I'm just saying though. So, and if I would have one and done Tammy, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning curve. It's a growing process. You got to give people the grace to grow. Now, once you give them that chance and they disrespect it again and again, then
no, it's definitely a rap city in the basement for certain things.
Yeah, definitely rap city. Tammy gave me her non-negotiable. I don't do jail, and I don't do cheating.
Period.
I don't do jail. If you take your silly ass to jail, and she had a dude in jail already at the time. You know what I mean? She like, I write this one dude. I ain't writing two. And she wrote him all the way until up until about like 6 months before we got married. I wasn't tripping. Then when we was about to get married, I'm like,
you think it's time
to I think it's time to cut that off.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, no problem. She wrote him one last long book, and it was done. So that's what I'm talking about as far as people been doing things.
Yeah, they've been accustomed to certain ways, and so I get that. So when you're accustomed to certain things, and you've been allowed to get away with it, so a lot of men think that they can just continue that those acts can continue to roll over into their their next relationship or whatever. And so for me, I'm just like, the first signs of inconsistencies, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Give us an example.
So,
story time. Come on, give us something good.
So like I'm first of all, I'm not really hard to please. Okay, I'm not bougie, right? I ain't all in the man pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking for the credit cards and stuff all the time. Like a gift here and there is cool. But I'm more like, I love to feel like I am safe, protected, comforted, just little things like, babe, you good? You need a massage? How's your neck feeling? How's your feet? Little things like that. And sometimes it's those little things that are big to me, because that means that you're paying attention to, how I'm sitting, or you notice that I've had a long day, you know what I mean? So now you just want to come up behind me and rub the back of my neck or my shoulders or whatever. Tell me to lay down and give me a full body massage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but actually I do know. Like, that's the type of stuff that I can appreciate. It's just being aware, like studying me, knowing that this is something that I need in the moment. There were a lot of times, where I felt like I was putting out more along those lines, and I wasn't receiving it, and so it caused me to fall back. It caused me to stop putting out that energy because I didn't feel like it was being reciprocated. I started feeling like it was expected of me. I wasn't this man's wife. So I didn't feel like, the expectations really should have been so high, to be, feeling like I should continuously do these things, put out these efforts, and I'm not receiving them, in return. So I'm just not willing to put out more than what I'm receiving.
Okay. So it's safe to say that that's one of the wounds that you're healing from.
Yeah, it is. If you hadn't noticed, which I believe you have. Yeah, it is. And it's unfortunate because, I enjoy catering to my partner. Like, it makes me feel good that I make you feel good. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good that you enjoy the food that I cook for you. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm coming back to an empty plate. That means I know what the hell I'm doing in the kitchen. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good knowing that you come home from work and the house is clean. You ain't got to do nothing but kick off your shoes, sit down. You know what I'm saying? But at the same, I'm not going to say, but however, if I'm doing all of this, I'm putting all of this effort into making sure that you're feeling good, right? Then I should be able to receive the same in return. Not you feeling like, oh, well, you just doing it because you want me to do it too. It's like, why wouldn't you want me to feel like you feel when you got a hot plate coming to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be, for me, to me, that sounds like a fixed mindset.
Okay. So maybe in your learning curve phase, y'all read the 5 love languages together.
Okay.
No, I'm serious because
Mm.
most men don't know, right? So another jewel, right?
Hmm.
The first movie me and Tammy watched together is called Fireproof.
Okay.
It's a movie about a man who parents separated, and he's going through something right now. He's going through something. I believe it was a porn addiction because
Mm.
he had to destroy his computer.
Okay.
And this whole time, he thought that it was his mom that left his father, or he thought his mom messed up or whatever. But in this during the as the movie is playing out, it gets to a point where his father say, "No, I messed up. Like your mom was excellent. You know what I'm saying? I destroyed the marriage." And it made him look at himself like this whole time I've been taking it out on the wrong person or blaming the wrong person. Not to say that he was necessarily taking it out,
Hmm.
but it flipped the script mid movie. And so then he went on once his father told him that, he went on a not a revenge tour, but on a quest to become a better person. That's when he busted up his computer, and that's when his father gave him a like a diary and said, "Do this, follow this diary, and do this every day." You know what I mean? To get your marriage back. And the whole premise of the movie is you never leave your partner in the middle of a fire. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we watch that movie, and then if we ever go through something, which we only had 2 major arguments in our whole relationship, where it was almost broken off, right? But you never leave your partner in the middle of a fire. You put the fire out first, and then if you still feel like you need to do that, which 9 times out of 10 you won't, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And teaching the man, because some men gonna have to be taught how to love you, right? Because it's a lot of women out there that's just accepting whatever we dishing out. And I tell people that all the time, and they look at me like I'm crazy when I say it. I'm like, I couldn't have cheated all those times if it wasn't a woman there willing to cheat with me.
Right.
You know I'm married. You know I got kids. You know I'm going home after this, and you still cheat with me. And then I start telling people, you cheat with me, you cheat on me,
Hmm.
and they still would cheat with me. And a couple of them, when I met Tammy and I cut everybody off, a couple of them was like, I was next. He loved me. I ain't never told you I was in love with you. I tell everybody I love you. I never said I'm in love with you. I tell you I love you all the time, right? And I honestly do love you, right?
Hmm.
I'm only in love. I'm only in love with Tammy.
Right.
So you're, as a single and celibate woman, you're fighting many battles, right? Just lighten the load by being willing to give somebody a little extra grace, because your Prince Charming might come and he might not be packaged. He might not be as polished as he needs to be, right? And I also use this analogy too. I'm only at 49% of my fullest potential. I'm only 49. I got another 51 to grow and learn before I become 100%. So you're only 44% your fullest potential. You're a good 44%, right? But you're gonna learn something every year and you're gonna get better. You know what I'm saying?
That's the goal. Yeah.
So you gotta meet somebody where they at, you know.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
so but I ain't saying
I'm just yeah. I just know that I'm not there yet.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm definitely not there yet. I'm not ready to open myself up.
Yeah, and
In
that's
that
perfectly
capacity,
cool.
right? And I'm open about that.
I actually admire you and a few other women that I'm connected to, the stance that y'all taking, right? Because I've had some on the podcast, and everybody say it's pee in the pool.
Is what?
Pee
Oh,
in
pee in the pool.
it's pee in the
Yeah.
pool, and one lady said it's more things than pee. So I admire the stance you guys are taking. I just think that a lot of y'all relationships have jaded y'all a little bit, right, and made y'all a little rugged. And so y'all a little rough and rugged, and y'all like, no, I ain't doing that, and we ain't doing this. And I'm like,
Cause it's man. After you, I guess it comes from when you when you give so much of you to somebody else. When you, like I said in our other episode, you giving so much of you to another person when you really should be investing that energy into yourself. It makes you look at things from a different standpoint,
yeah.
and it makes you sit back and reevaluate, what it is that you are willing to accept and not. Before it was, it was like it was a trauma bonding thing. You know what I mean? So I really wasn't looking at it from like, a spiritual connection or a mental connection. It was more emotional, and it wasn't really, it just wasn't the healthiest, when you break it down.
And what it means to you, it's because people do look at sex as just sex, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's
so
Sex is supposed to be a sacred act, you know. Um, it's spiritual, it's mental, it's emotional, it's physical. It's all of that in one. And if you don't have a genuine, authentic, organic connection with your partner, then you just busting nuts. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but what happens after the nut? You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna feel once that energy has come and left? You know what I'm saying? Am I still gonna have that same feeling after the fact about you? Am I still gonna look at you the same way that I did when we were exchanging fluids? You know what I'm saying? And then even with that, like it's man, it's so deep. So, allowing a man in my space, in my temple, who is not taking the time to get to know himself on a spiritual level. And I mean that by way of everything, what he eats, what he reads, what he thinks, um, who he decides to interact with, his homeboys. Um, it's all of that is I'm taking in all of that, right? Once I allow you to enter, I'm taking in all that energy. Your past partners, and we don't have to go into detail about, your
yeah,
past partners or whatnot, but all of that makes a difference, as far as how I'm going to feel allowing you to make love to me. And if you aren't in tune with your star player, okay, and if you're not serious about what you're putting inside of you, you're um, what you're willing to accept and not accept in your own space, then how am I going to allow you to just let it off, get your rocks off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, because it's deeper than that for me. So if you're not in tune with your star player, then you can't be in tune with me. And I'm not willing to accept anything less than organic love. I'm just not. So if that means that I have to keep mine on ice until I feel compelled to allow a man enjoy all this goodness, then hey, so be it, But I need to be able, like I said, I have to feel mentally stimulated. I need to feel safe. I need to feel protected. I need to know that you got my back. I need to know that at the drop of a hat, if I need you and it's on some serious shit, I know I can depend on my man. If I don't feel that energy from you, then what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And it's so a lot of men talk about women wearing their masculine energy on their shoulders, on their sleeves. Well, that's by default. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we want to necessarily, at least not for me. I don't want to have to wear my masculine energy on my sleeve. I want to thrive in my feminine energy. I want to be able to fall back and let the man lead. However, unfortunately, I haven't been able to just fully do that, because I haven't received what it is that I need wholeheartedly. So I'm going to stay guarded in that sense, right? I've been a single mom since my son was, 6? He's 21 now, okay? So I've had to carry it all, carry the household. I got to be the provider. I have to be the nurturer. I have to be the teacher, the doctor, the chauffeur, the everything, the therapist, all of the shit. Even while I'm going through my own stuff, I still have to be there for my children. So it's not easy to, pull back from that role when you're used to doing it all. You know what I'm saying? So just so y'all know, we don't like having to always be in our masculine energy. We want to feel feminine. We want to feel like a feather. Like you're going to carry us like a feather, right? You're not going feathers are delicate. You know what I'm saying? They're soft. So if we're given the space to thrive in that energy, trust me, you will be given the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem falling back and letting a man lead. Unfortunately, I haven't put myself in a position to receive that yet. Why? Because I was unhealed. So now that I'm on my healing journey and I know what it looks like to thrive in my feminine energy, I'm willing to receive the masculine. So when you said earlier, I bring a table, you're right. I do bring a table. I'm tired, honestly. And so my initial response was, no, I bring the table. That was by default. But I received what you said. I'm tired of bringing the table. I mean, if we just keeping it a buck, I'm tired of bringing the motherfucking table, okay? Like, I'll bring a table, yes. You bring your table, and let's build a table together. But in man, like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it, genuinely. So when the time is right, when the divine says so, that my knight in shining armor will come and prove all of these other niggas wrong.
The armor might be copper though, but it's cool.
Whatever.
He'll come to protect you.
Okay, that's first and foremost. If you can't protect me, then what are we even talking about here?
So what's your final parting words after that? That was deep and dope. So what else you got? What's your final parting words before we end this episode? That I think that was a nice ending. But I think you got something deeper inside you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it there.
You gonna leave it there?
I'm gonna leave it there. I will say that don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, I mean the book cover may look nice, but open the book. Start, at least read the index. You know what I'm saying? And
the table of contents.
Read the table of contents, and get to know what you're reading before you start reading it, and understand that there's always going to be a beautiful ending to my stories. So I don't care how hard I fall, I'm gonna always get back up.
Definitely. That's the resilience in you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, this was a dope episode of the Pain and the Purpose podcast. I'm your host, DB.
And I am your co-host, Fee.
And until next time, peace.
Peace out, y'all.